Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What if you can? What if you can change your life? What if you can overcome that obstacle? What if you can build the future you dream of? Too often, we don't ask, what if I can? We ask, what if I fail? We let fear build walls where faith was meant to build bridges. And in that moment, we shrink, we hesitate, and we let opportunities slip through our fingers. But today, I want you to see what happens when you choose faith over fear. Because faith, real faith, is not just believing in something out there. It's believing in the possibility inside of you. You see, fear will always ask, what if you fail? But faith will challenge you, what if you succeed? Fear will whisper, you're not ready. But faith will declare, start now, grow later. Success doesn't come from waiting for perfect conditions. It comes from stepping forward despite imperfections. So today I want you to make a decision to let faith be stronger than fear, because if you do, your world will change. Instead of saying, I'm not smart enough, say, I can learn. Instead of saying, I'm not lucky, say, I create my own luck. Instead of saying, I'll try someday, say, I start today. Life is not waiting for you. Time is passing whether you act or not. The only question is, will you let fear hold you back, or will you let faith push you forward? My friends, what if you can? What if you can rise above your challenges? What if you can change your circumstances? What if you can become the person you always dreamed of being? Too often, we spend our lives asking the wrong questions. We ask, what if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if I'm not good enough? And with every doubt, we take one step back, letting fear dictate our actions, our choices, and ultimately our destiny. But today, I want you to flip that question. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask yourself, what if I succeed? Instead of wondering about what could go wrong, start imagining what could go right. The human mind is a powerful thing. It can build you up, or it can break you down. It can convince you that you're capable of greatness, or it can chain you to mediocrity. The difference lies in the questions you ask yourself and the thoughts you allow to take root. Fear thrives on uncertainty. It whispers, you're not ready, you're not smart enough, you don't have what it takes. But faith is different. Faith doesn't need every answer before taking the first step. Faith says, I don't know how yet, but I will figure it out. Faith doesn't demand guarantees. It demands courage. Think about the people who have accomplished great things. Do you think they had all the answers when they started? No. They had doubts, they had obstacles, they had moments of fear just like you, but the difference is they moved forward anyway. They believed in the possibility of success more than the fear of failure. They didn't wait for perfect conditions because they knew perfect conditions don't exist. They didn't wait until they felt completely confident, because they knew confidence comes from action, not before it. They asked themselves, what if I can? And they let that question push them forward. Look at your own life. How many dreams have you put on hold because of fear? How many opportunities have passed you by because you hesitated? How many times have you convinced yourself that you're not ready, that you're not good enough? That maybe success is for other people, not for you. But let me remind you, the people who succeed are not different from you. They don't have something magical that you don't. The only thing they did was take the leap. They chose faith over fear. They asked, what if I can? Success isn't about luck. It's not about intelligence. It's not about talent. It's about mindset. It's about deciding that you will find a way no matter what. It's about understanding that failure is not the enemy, fear is. Because failure can teach you, failure can build you, failure can push you forward if you let it. But fear keeps you stuck. Fear keeps you in the same place year after year, watching as others move forward while you wait for the perfect moment. But here's the truth, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. The time will pass whether you take action or not. A year from now, 5 years from now, you will look back on this moment. And the question is, will you look back with pride knowing you took the leap? Or will you look back with regret wishing you had? Because time is moving and life is not waiting for you to feel ready. The only thing that stands between you and the life you want is one decision, faith over fear. So I ask you again, what if you can? What if today is the day you stop hesitating and start believing? What if you take one step, just one, toward your goal? What if you let faith be the loudest voice in your mind? What if you refuse to let fear make your decisions for you? What if, instead of wondering what could go wrong, you start focusing on what could go right? Because, my friend, the moment you start asking, what if I can, is the moment your life begins to change. Fear builds walls, and faith builds bridges. This simple truth determines the direction of your life. Fear keeps you trapped, stuck in the same patterns, hesitant to move forward. It convinces you that stepping outside your comfort zone is dangerous, that failure is too painful, that rejection is unbearable, and so fear builds walls. Walls of doubt, walls of hesitation, walls of excuses. These walls don't protect you, they imprison you. Every time you say, I'm not ready, another brick is added. Every time you say, what if I fail? The walls get higher. Every time you let fear win, your world gets smaller. But faith does something different. Faith builds bridges. It connects where you are to where you want to be. It doesn't ignore the obstacles, but it creates a way through them. Faith says, I may not see the entire path, but I know there's a way forward. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about taking the next step, even when the answers aren't clear. Fear will have you believe that if you don't know everything, you shouldn't start. But faith reminds you that action creates clarity. You don't need to see the whole bridge, you just need to take the first step. Think about the moments in your life when fear held you back. The times when you wanted to speak up, but you didn't. The times when you had an idea, but you never pursued it. The times when an opportunity appeared, but you convinced yourself you weren't ready. What did you gain by holding back? Did your hesitation make you stronger? Did waiting make you more prepared? Or did it just reinforce the walls that keep you from stepping into your potential? Fear builds those walls quietly, brick by brick, until one day you realize you've built a cage around your own dreams. But then there are those who choose faith. They aren't fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make their decisions. They feel the same doubt, the same uncertainty, the same discomfort, but they walk forward anyway. Instead of seeing walls, they see possibilities. Instead of saying, I can't, they ask, how can I? And with every action, they lay another piece of the bridge. They take the risks, they make the mistakes, they learn, they grow, and eventually they cross over to the other side, the side of confidence, achievement, and success. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's whether they build walls or bridges. Some let fear dictate their future, avoiding discomfort at all costs, staying where it feels safe but stagnant. Others choose faith, knowing that growth only happens when you push past the fear. They understand that discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Fear asks, what if it doesn't work? Faith asks, what if it does? Fear focuses on risk, faith focuses on reward. Fear magnifies obstacles, faith magnifies opportunities. Look at the areas of your life where you feel stuck. Are you holding yourself back because of fear? Are you waiting for a guarantee before you take action? Are you building walls when you should be building bridges? Imagine if you let faith guide you instead. Imagine if instead of letting fear stop you, you allowed faith to push you forward. How different would your life be? What could you accomplish? Who could you become? Fear builds walls, faith builds bridges. And the good news, you get to choose which one you build. Faith isn't just believing, it's acting. It's easy to say you believe in something, but belief alone won't change your life. You can believe in success, but if you never take a step toward it, nothing happens. You can believe in your potential, but if you never develop your skills, that potential remains unused. You can believe in a better future, but if you don't make different choices, the future will look exactly like the past. Faith is more than a feeling, more than a thought. It's what you do. Too many people misunderstand faith. They think it means waiting, hoping, or simply trusting that things will work out on their own. But real faith is not passive. It's not about sitting still and expecting success to find you. Faith means stepping forward even when you don't have all the answers. It means putting in the work before you see the results. It means moving toward the goal even when you don't know exactly how you'll reach it. Faith takes action. Think about a farmer. He doesn't just believe in the harvest. He plants the seeds, waters the soil, removes the weeds, and waits patiently. His faith is not in the idea of growth alone, but in the actions that make growth possible. If he only believed but never acted, there would be no crops. The same is true in life. You don't achieve success by simply believing it's possible. You achieve it by doing the work. Faith demands risk. It requires stepping into the unknown, trusting that even if you stumble, you will learn and keep moving forward. Some people wait for perfect conditions before they act. They say, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll take a chance when I'm more confident. I'll chase my dreams when the timing is right. But faith doesn't wait. Faith understands that waiting for the perfect moment is an illusion. If you always wait until you feel completely ready, you'll never start. Look at the people who succeed in any field. They didn't wait for guarantees. They didn't wait for confidence to magically appear. They took action and confidence followed. They stepped forward even when they were unsure. They made mistakes, they adjusted, they learned. But most importantly, they moved. They didn't just believe they could. They proved it through action. Faith is also about persistence. It's not just about taking the first step. It's about continuing to step forward even when the path gets difficult. Many people start with excitement, but give up when they face obstacles. They take one step, maybe two, but when things don't happen quickly, they retreat. That's not faith. Faith keeps moving. Faith keeps showing up. Faith understands that results take time. The greatest successes don't happen overnight. They happen because someone had the faith to keep going long after the excitement wore off. They happen because someone refused to quit when things got tough. They happen because someone believed not just in the outcome, but in the process. If you truly have faith in something, you will act on it. If you believe in your dreams, you will work for them. If you believe in your potential, you will develop it. If you believe in success, you will take the steps necessary to achieve it. Faith isn't just believing. It's acting. It's making the call, writing the book, starting the business, taking the risk. It's choosing to move forward even when you're scared, even when you're uncertain, even when you don't have all the answers. Because faith understands that the path is revealed after you take the first step. The future belongs to those who don't just believe in it, but take action to create it. Success favors action, not perfection. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect skill set before they take action. They hesitate, analyze, and overthink, believing that if they can eliminate every possible mistake before starting, they will guarantee success. But success does not come to those who wait for perfection. It comes to those who move, who take risks, who step forward even when they feel unprepared. It's not the person with the perfect strategy who wins, but the one who is willing to start, adjust, and persist until they reach their goal. Perfection is an illusion. No matter how much you prepare, there will always be something you didn't anticipate, something you could have done better, something that doesn't go according to plan. If you wait until everything is flawless, you will never begin. The most successful people understand that starting before you feel ready is the key to progress. They don't let the fear of imperfection stop them. They know that mistakes are part of the journey, that growth happens through action, and that every failure is a lesson that moves them closer to success. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history didn't come from perfection. They came from persistence. The first version of anything, whether it's a business, a book, a skill, or an idea, is rarely perfect. The first draft of a novel isn't a masterpiece. The first attempt at public speaking isn't flawless. The first product a company launches isn't the best version. But without that first attempt, there is no second, third, or final version. The willingness to take imperfect action is what separates those who succeed from those who only dream. Many people never reach their full potential because they fear making mistakes. They equate failure with finality, so they choose inaction instead. But inaction is the real failure. If you never start, you never improve. If you never take risks, you never grow. If you never make mistakes, you never learn. The road to success is paved with failures, missteps, and adjustments. Those who achieve great things are not the ones who got everything right the first time. They are the ones who kept going despite getting things wrong. Success is a process, not a perfect outcome. Those who take action learn along the way, refine their approach, and build momentum. Action leads to experience. Experience leads to improvement. And improvement leads to mastery. If you wait for perfection, you miss the opportunity to gain the real-world knowledge that only action can provide. You don't become great by planning. You become great by doing. The world rewards those who take initiative, who are willing to put themselves out there, who understand that progress matters more than perfection. The entrepreneur who launches an imperfect product can improve it based on feedback. The athlete who starts training before feeling fully prepared builds strength along the way. The speaker who steps on stage despite nervousness becomes more confident with each performance. The key is movement, momentum, and the willingness to act despite uncertainty. Success is not reserved for the smartest, the most talented, or the most prepared. It belongs to those who take action. The ones who stop waiting for the perfect conditions and start with what they have. The ones who embrace imperfection, learn from every step and adjust as they go. The ones who understand that hesitation and overplanning lead to missed opportunities while action creates results. The choice is simple. Wait for perfection and stay stuck, or take action and make progress. Success does not come to those who stand still waiting for everything to align. It comes to those who move, who take the leap, who trust that they will figure things out along the way. Because in the end, success doesn't favor the perfect. It favors the bold, the persistent, and the action takers. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering thoughts. Every day we are faced with the choice of what we believe about ourselves and our potential. The beliefs we hold shape our actions, our attitudes, and our outcomes. Unfortunately, many of us carry around limiting beliefs that hold us back. These beliefs are like chains, tying us to a version of ourselves that is less than what we are capable of becoming. They tell us we're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. They convince us that success is for others, not for us. But the truth is, these beliefs are not reality. They are simply thoughts we have chosen to accept. If you want to change your life, you need to change what you believe. Limiting beliefs often start in our early years, influenced by our upbringing, environment, and the people around us. They are formed by experiences both real and imagined, and they often go unchallenged for years. These beliefs might sound familiar. I'm not good at math, I'll never be successful. I'm not cut out for leadership. I don't have what it takes. These thoughts, repeated over and over, begin to define us. They limit our potential before we even try. But here's the reality. These beliefs are not facts. They are just thoughts, and if they are not serving you, you have the power to replace them with empowering thoughts that open up new possibilities. Empowering beliefs are the foundation of success. When you believe in your abilities, you take action. When you believe that success is possible, you go after it with determination. When you believe you can overcome obstacles, you don't stop at the first sign of trouble. Empowering beliefs create the mindset needed for achievement. They transform challenges into opportunities and setbacks into learning experiences. They fuel your growth and push you forward, even when things get tough. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is changing the way you talk to yourself. Instead of telling yourself, I can't, start saying, I can. Instead of thinking, I'll never be able to do this, replace it with, I am capable of figuring this out. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have, your strengths, your talents, your potential. By shifting your internal dialogue, you begin to align your thoughts with your goals, and that alignment brings the energy and focus needed to make progress. Empowering thoughts are not about blind optimism or pretending that challenges. It's about recognizing that challenges are part of the journey and that you have the ability to navigate them. It's about understanding that failures are not a reflection of your worth, but a natural part of growth. When you replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, you stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. Imagine what could happen if you replaced your self-doubt with self-belief. Imagine if you stopped asking, what if I fail, and started asking, what if I succeed? How would your life change if you believed in your ability to learn new skills, overcome challenges, and achieve your goals? What could you accomplish if you believed that success was not just for the lucky few, but for anyone willing to put in the work and stay committed? The first step in replacing limiting beliefs is becoming aware of them. Pay attention to the thoughts that run through your mind when you face a challenge or try something new. What are you telling yourself? Are you focusing on what could go wrong, or are you focusing on what could go right? Are you holding yourself back with negative thoughts, or are you empowering yourself with positive ones? Once you recognize the limiting beliefs, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Is there any evidence to support it? Most of the time you'll find that these beliefs are based on assumptions, fears, or past experiences rather than facts. When you identify the falsehood, replace it with the belief that serves you. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, remind yourself, I am enough as I am, and I can continue to grow and improve. Your beliefs create your reality. If you believe that you are capable, that you are worthy of success, and that you can overcome any obstacle, you will take the actions necessary to make that belief a reality. Empowering thoughts will propel you forward, while limiting beliefs will keep you stuck. The power is in your hands to choose the beliefs that support the life you want to create, and once you replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, you'll unlock the full potential of who you are and what you can achieve. Time is passing anyway. Act now. Each moment that ticks by is gone forever, never to return. The days slip through our fingers like sand, and while we wait for the perfect moment, the world keeps moving forward. If you don't act now, you'll wake up one day, years down the road, wondering where the time went and what you have to show for it. Life is short, and time doesn't pause for anyone. So why wait? Why put off what you can do today for another day that may never come? Time is passing anyway, so why not use it to build the life you want? We convince ourselves that we'll start tomorrow. We tell ourselves that we'll be ready in the future, that we'll act when we feel more prepared or more confident. We believe that there's always time, that the right conditions will eventually appear. But waiting for the right time is a trap. There will never be a perfect moment to start. The perfect moment doesn't exist, and by the time we think we've found it, we've lost valuable time that could have been spent moving forward. Time doesn't wait for us to feel ready. It just keeps moving. Look at your life right now. Are there goals you've been putting off? Dreams you've been waiting to pursue? How much longer are you going to wait? The truth is, the longer you wait, the longer it will take to achieve anything. Every day you delay is another day lost. Time is passing anyway, and every moment you hesitate is one you can't get back. Think of all the things you could accomplish if you started today, no matter how small the first step may be. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about momentum. The key is to act, even if you don't feel completely ready. The more you act, the more you'll learn, and the clearer your path will become. But it all starts with the decision to move. We are all given the same 24 hours in a day, yet how we use that time determines the trajectory of our lives. Time doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, or your doubts. It keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. So why not take control? Why not stop waiting for a moment that may never come and start acting right now? What do you have to lose? By taking action today, you can move closer to your goals. By acting now, you can turn the time you have into something meaningful. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that time is an unlimited resource. We tell ourselves that we'll get to it later, that there's always tomorrow to work on our dreams. But one day you may look back and realize that those tomorrows never came. The future isn't promised, and the older we get, the more we realize that time waits for no one. If you want to achieve something, don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you think you have all the answers. Time is passing anyway, you might as well start now. What if you acted today? What could you accomplish in a month, a year, or 5 years if you took consistent action? What could you build with just a little progress each day? The key is to start even when the road ahead seems uncertain. The key is to take the first step, even when you're unsure of the next one. Action creates clarity, action breeds momentum, and action brings results. But none of that happens if you're waiting for the perfect moment. Time is one of the few resources you can never get back. It's one of the few things that's truly limited, and once it's gone, it's gone. So why not make the most of it? Why wait when the opportunity to act is here, right now? You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know every step in advance, and you certainly don't need to wait until everything feels just right. Time is passing anyway, and every moment is a chance to move closer to your goals, to change your life, to act on the dreams you've been holding on to. Stop waiting. Start now. Your future depends on faith, not fear. Every decision you make, every step you take is influenced by what you believe to be true about yourself and the world around you. Fear whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not enough, that you'll fail, that you're not worthy of success. It paints a picture of what could go wrong, magnifying every obstacle and making it seem insurmountable. Faith, on the other hand, tells you something entirely different. Faith encourages you to move forward, even when you don't have all the answers. Faith says, I trust that things will work out, even when I can't see the whole picture. Fear focuses on what could be lost, but faith focuses on what could be gained. And it's your faith, not your fear, that shapes the future you will create. Fear holds you back. It keeps you small, keeps you from taking risks, keeps you from stepping outside of your comfort zone. It makes you doubt your abilities, causes you to second-guess every decision, and convinces you that safety is more important than growth. Fear tells you that the world is full of threats, that there are too many unknowns, and that it's better to play it safe. But the truth is, staying in your comfort zone never leads to greatness. It never leads to fulfillment. It never leads to the life you dream of. Fear keeps you stuck in the past, replaying old stories of failure and disappointment. But it doesn't have to be that way. Faith opens the door to new possibilities. Faith pushes you to take action even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. It doesn't mean you won't have doubts, but it means that you trust in the process and in yourself. When you have faith, you understand that mistakes are part of the journey, that growth happens through action, and that the only way to fail is by not trying at all. Faith is the fuel that propels you toward your dreams, even when the road ahead is unclear. It's faith that tells you to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you fall or how long it takes. It's faith that helps you see opportunities where others see only obstacles. Your future will not be determined by how many times you've failed or by how many challenges you've faced. It will be determined by how much you believe in your ability to overcome them. Fear tells you to focus on your limitations, to dwell on what you can't do. It tells you that there are too many reasons why you shouldn't try. But faith is different. Faith says you are capable. You are resilient. You have everything you need to move forward and create the life you want. Faith is what moves you from a place of stuckness to a place of action. Faith is the belief that no matter what challenges come your way, you can handle them and come out stronger. The future is shaped by the choices you make today. Every thought, every decision, every action you take now has the power to change the course of your life. Fear will tell you to wait, to hold back, to play it safe. But waiting for fear to disappear is like waiting for the perfect moment which never comes. The truth is, fear will always be there, lurking in the background, trying to hold you back. But faith gives you the courage to move forward, even with the fear still present. Faith allows you to take action, even when you don't feel ready, because you trust that the right steps will unfold as you go. Your future is not defined by what you fear, but by what you believe. When you believe that your goals are achievable, that you are worthy of success, and that you have the strength to overcome any challenge, you will find the courage to keep moving forward, no matter what. Your future depends on the strength of your faith, not the size of your fears. Fear will try to convince you to quit, to settle for less, to remain where you are. But faith will lead you to new heights, new opportunities, and a future that's brighter than anything you could have imagined. As you stand at the crossroads of today and tomorrow, remember this: your future depends on the faith you choose to embrace, not the fear that tries to hold you back. The fears you face today will be the stories you tell tomorrow, but only if you allow them to control you. If you choose faith over fear, your future will be filled with possibility, growth, and accomplishments beyond what you could ever imagine. The key to your success is already within you. It's in the faith you have in yourself and the courage to act on that faith, no matter the doubts or challenges you face. The time to move forward is now. The future is waiting for you, and it's shaped by the choices you make today. So step into it with faith. Believe in your potential, trust in your journey, and know that you have the power to create the life you desire. Let faith guide your actions and watch how your life unfolds in ways you've only dreamed of. Your future is waiting. It's up to you to make it extraordinary.